the school district to order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Chapter 551. So if everybody will please stand, Ms. Ebel is going to lead us in our invocation.
If you choose to pray, please bow your heads. Dear Father, please bless and protect our children, teachers, and new constables at our schools. Please bless us with your wisdom and align us with your will to make the best decisions for our children and community. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Okay, Zach and Avery, let's do our pledges together. You're going to do the U.S., right? Yes. And so that's first, and then we'll do the Texas one. So we'll just face the U.S. one first and get us started.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
So Avery, if you'd have a seat, Zach, you can stay up here and we'll get started. Please.
Okay. Always seem to get on the same night as our radio voice. So, but that's okay. I'm just happy that Magnolia Parkway is being given a voice tonight to be able to celebrate this outstanding student, Zach Jefferson. So here tonight, he has to support him, his family, his parents, Miko and Lori Jefferson, his aunt, Mieko Crabtree, our assistant principal, Sarah Bellini, our counselor, Sherry Strickland, and some of his current and former teachers, Kim Bash, Jennifer Beckman, Elizabeth Barrett, Shannon Fabregas, Shayla Richter, and Kelly Thompson. So thank you all for being here to support him. So Zach has been contributing to making Parkway a better place since kindergarten. And this class holds a special place in my heart because that was my first year at Parkway as well. So I've been able to see Zach grow up into the fourth grader that he is today, which is an amazing human being. And that is why all these teachers are here to support him this evening, because there was no doubt whenever I started to ask teachers who they felt needed to represent Magnolia Parkway on this night, his name continually came up. His name continually came up because, of course, he excels in his academics. That's a given when you're looking at a student of the month like this. But even beyond that, and probably more importantly, Zach has compassion and empathy for others, and he shows that on a daily basis. And that continually came up with every single teacher that spoke about him, and even students that know him to be a friend. He's constantly giving of himself and being very just charitable, and he's just a great friend. A few quotes that came up whenever I was asking teachers about him. Miss Beckman mentions that Zach has such an amazing personality. He can really make everyone around him smile. He is a very hard worker and will do whatever it takes to be successful. Zach has always been one to lead by example and help out no matter what is being asked of him. Ms. Thompson said Zach is the type of student you hope others will emulate. And I thought that was huge because that's exactly what he does. He's the student that when no one's looking, he's always doing the right thing. She goes on to say that he shines brightness and makes a positive impact on those around him. He has true integrity and he's always doing what is right, no matter the circumstance. I couldn't think of a more deserving student to earn this honor. I'm extremely proud to have been a small part of Zach's educational journey, and I know he will achieve greatness and success. Zach also loves to learn. His favorite subject is math because he really is very interested in knowing just how big those numbers get. So maybe you can meet with Ms. Johnson after this, Ms. Johnson, and I'm sure she'd be happy because I think Zach could teach you a thing or two about the Google Plexion. So, his favorite book series is Last Kids on Earth, and when Zach is not at school, he enjoys playing his iPad and studying martial arts, where he is very close to earning a black belt. He's right now at his brown black belt. And I'm going to let you say the name of your martial arts place because it was difficult. What's the name of it? Kuxelwan. So he spends a lot of time there, and we know that that takes a lot of hard work. This is, when I asked Zach what he would want people to know about him, his response immediately was, how much I care about people. This is no surprise considering his career path that he's wanting to choose, to be an engineer for humanity. I made Miss Bellini look that up for me whenever I came back to my office. So he's hoping to contribute to technology advancement for the betterment of humanity, and we know that he's going to be able to do that. He hopes to accomplish this goal at Texas A&M University, and it's without a doubt that Zach will continue to bless those around him that he touches each and every day. So Zach, you're an amazing kid, and we can't wait to see what you're going to do in life. Good job.
Mr. Radio or Mr. Slater?
Oh. Okay, well, I'd like to thank Dr. Stevens and the board for inviting us here tonight to recognize Magnolia Junior High's Student of the Month. This is Miss Avery Kerman. Avery is joined tonight by her mother, Amy, and her sister, Alex, who's currently at Magnolia Elementary. Her dad, Andy, Dr. Kerman, couldn't be here tonight. He's working. So all of those people here are here to recognize and celebrate you. So this is only Avery and her family's second year in Magnolia. And I'm really excited that she was selected as our Student of the Month because I feel like her experience at Magnolia Junior High really sums up what makes Magnolia a special place. So now it's important to mention this because I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. You have earned this recognition all on your own, but in the interest of full disclosure, I actually knew Avery kind of before she came to Magnolia Junior High because she was a student in my wife's 5th grade math class. My wife was on her way. She wanted to be here to see you too. So yeah, everybody look at her when she walks in. My wife told me when this 2 summers ago that Avery would be attending our school. She said, "Hey, Avery is awesome. She is bright. She is sweet and kind, a little quiet," she said, "and she is one of my favorite students, so you better take care of her." But I didn't have to do much. Avery is very capable of taking care of herself, and she has done an amazing job of that while being at Magnolia Junior High. In the years she has spent at MJH, Avery's, done really kind of amazing things. While she admits that her first week last year was tough, she shared with me that it wasn't long after that things started to change, and it's changed for the better. So thanks to the teachers and students who welcomed her into our school and allowed her to feel things were possible here that weren't where she was previously. What that has meant for Avery is that in addition to earning all A's in all advanced core content classes, which she probably would have done anywhere anyway, right? She's been able to become the best version of herself. So she's an active member of our National Junior Honor Society. She's on the yearbook. She tried out for and was one of 30 selected for our peer assistance and leadership class, which is made up of some of our best and brightest students who go out and mentor kids at elementary schools on the west side. They also serve as a role model in our school. It involves some serious vetting to become a PAL, and she participated in an interview process, and of the 100 some odd kids, I mean, maybe even more than that last year, she was one of the few selected. Here's what I was most impressed with. She's a cheerleader, okay? Now, it's not that she's a cheerleader, it's that she had never been a cheerleader before. And when we sat and talked, she told me that she didn't think that really being a cheerleader was something that she would have pursued at her previous school, but at our school, she felt empowered, supported, in a way that allowed her to go out and try out to be a cheerleader. And so not only did she try out to be a cheerleader, she was one of the 80 that tried out, or 80 some odd that tried out. And in her first go at trying out to be a cheerleader, she got the 3rd highest score. Pretty awesome. So Avery is a remarkable student, worthy of this recognition, not because, though, of these successes, but because of the character she has shown on her way to earning them. Character development is part of our mission at Magnolia Junior High, and in speaking with Avery's teachers, it was clear She's a shining example of everything we hope our students can be. So Mrs. Savoy, who's here tonight, who's our PAL sponsor, in speaking with her about Avery, she said, reliable, trustworthy, faithful, loyal, steadfast, honorable, and responsible are all qualities we hope junior high students possess before they enter the challenging years of high school and beyond. Avery Kerman embodies all of these traits and more. She said a lot of other stuff, but that really boils it down. Mrs. Betts, who's her English teacher right now, said, only having been in school for 3 short weeks, this young lady has sure made an impression on me. Avery comes to class every day with a smile on her face. Avery is eager and willing to participate in all assignments inside and outside of class. She's a risk taker and not afraid to put herself out there when writing. The young lady shows poise, determination, and grit, never wanting to be mediocre. Avery is an absolute delight to have in class. Mrs. Dunn, who is also here tonight, it was her English teacher last year, and this is what she had to say about Avery. From the moment Avery stepped into my classroom, she exemplified the pride values that we strive to instill in NJH students. Avery was respectful and exhibited integrity in every situation with every individual. She was disciplined and responsive to constructive criticism, always looking to improve her academic skill set. Her innate ability to go above and beyond sets her apart from others, but she would never claim to be better than anyone else. This attitude of constant growth and improvement, combined with her kind demeanor, made Avery a well-liked classmate and friend to many. So in terms of the future, Avery's not positive yet where she wants to go to college, but she knows she wants to work with animals. But if her academic success and strength of character is any indication, she'll be able to do whatever she'd like to. Avery Kerman.
You're sitting down way too fast. We're not done with you. Come on, Zach. We're not done with you yet. We just have the certificates and a little bit extra, but I want you guys to know you represent your whole campus, right? I told you that earlier. That's a big deal. What you guys have done tonight is great. It's just awesome. Congratulations to you. This is for you. This is for you. And as we always have, we're so grateful to have Devam here to give you a little something extra. So congratulations.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackie with Devon Urgent Care. This is our 3rd year sponsoring Student of the Month, so we're super excited for that. And each month we'll present the student with a $50 gift card. So say congratulations. So
Good to be student.
Sure. That's okay. Yep.
A little bit closer.
Let's give them a hand. You got some awesome talent coming through here.
I look forward to the future of Magnolia High School. And I have a feeling that these are going to be two we'll see
Again.
many other times for some other reasons throughout the years. And we look forward to seeing you and for finding out what your future holds in the next coming years here.
Absolutely. Okay. Are we done with this part of the?
I think we're going to take a little break on
Yeah, I think so.
pat these guys on the back a little bit.
Absolutely. So at this time, what we're gonna do is recess for 5 minutes, so anybody that wants to leave, not that we're asking you to leave. Anybody that wants to leave can slip out the back door. So, thank you. I think we need to get rid of the first two.
I know, we just, what we need are less chairs.
They're afraid we're gonna bite.
They'll just keep. Yeah. I'm guilty in church too, so you won't find me on the front row.
Okay, Ms. Hinkleman, I know we have one signed up to speak. Have we got any others?
No, sir, that's the only one.
Okay, all right, perfect. Ms. Anzik, Where is she? Ah, there you are. And feel free to go up there if you like, wherever you're comfortable.
Okay, I'm here. I'm talking to y'all. They can listen in. I'm Stacy Anzik. I'm a resident of Magnolia. We've lived here for about 5 years. And, I know y'all so enjoyed last month when I talked about my daughter Ramsey. She's out in the foyer with her friends. So to not disrupt the meeting further, we're gonna leave after I talk. Not because of Brood, but just because there's 2 of them. And they've just come from dance and they want food. So I bribed them with a few snacks, but that's it. So from 2008 to 2011, before I really knew anything about Magnolia, our family lived in the Middle East. My husband had the opportunity to go work with his worldwide company in Saudi Arabia, and our family lived in Bahrain. So Bahrain is a cool little place. People think, oh, well, you couldn't drive there. Well, yes, I could, and I did in Bahrain. And I could dress just like I'm dressed today. It's a very kind of crazy little liberal country in the midst of the Middle East. I tell people from Texas, it's kind of like Austin. You know, we think of Austin as this crazy little liberal place in the middle of kind of conservative Texas. But when we lived in the Middle East, we had friends of all ages. Ramsey had her first educational experiences there in a dual language Arabic program, Arabic-English program. But, you know, she was all of 2 and 3 during that time. So she doesn't really remember that. She sees pictures and remembers things. But a lot of our friends who were expats from the Netherlands and from the United States and from England and from France and from Lebanon and from Nigeria, they all had older students. And they had, so we had this great wealth of diversity that we were surrounded by on a regular basis. So you might know that in the spring of 2011, a lot of the Middle East got caught up in something called the Arab Spring. And so there was disruption and governments were being challenged by people that wanted more democracy. And wherever you land on that, it was a frightening time for our family. And so my husband's company, not at the beginning of the Arab Spring of Bahrain, which was in February, but about April as things continued and disruptions continued, the country actually closed all the schools. And that's when my husband's company said, well, disruption of education, we need to evacuate the families. And so they sent all the male workers, which at that time that was all the male workers, went to Saudi Arabia for safety, which is a phrase I never ever thought I'd say in my life. But they were evacuated to Saudi Arabia for safety, and we were all evacuated to our home countries. Now, Ramsey's education was not that disrupted. She knew her colors, and she already knew how to say crocodile in Arabic. Timsah, by the way, in case you need to know that. People here would say to her, see you later, alligator, and she would say, ma salama timsah. So, after a while, crocodile. But what happened to some of our friends, though, their students were about to sit for exams. And they were nervous about the fact that their school was closed. But our friends that weren't concerned were the ones that their students were enrolled in the International Baccalaureate. Because what they were able to do, even though they were studying the IB program in Bahrain, they were able to sit for their test in the Netherlands, and the United States, and in Lebanon, and in Nigeria, and here. And so I really want to applaud y'all as the board for having the forward-thinking notion to bring the IB program here to Magnolia. Because it isn't just people that live here in Magnolia that think about the IB program. People that work for worldwide companies, like my husband's, look for education. When our friends were relocating back to the United States, they were looking for school districts that offered the IB program so that their students' educations continue seamlessly. Yes, they've had this great international experience living across the world, but they didn't want to miss a year of high school. And so they were able to seamlessly integrate back into that. Also, international students that work for their parents, work for these worldwide companies, are able to seamlessly integrate into an IB program here in the United States. Other students look for IB programs that are interested in international colleges and international graduate programs. Even if our IB students never leave Montgomery County, we live in a society where global knowledge is needed. Thank you for realizing that and keeping MISD a competitive education environment for our students and our community. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Appreciate you taking your time tonight. Okay,
I'm up.
I think so.
Superintendent's report at this point.
That's right.
So the first thing, we have an ag show coming up, and I've asked Mr. Daniels, our director of CTE, if he would give us a little bit of information on some of the dates and times. So if any of us were going to be out there and interested in buying a lamb or a goat or a pig, that from some of the hard work our students done, you can have an opportunity to do that. So Mr. Daniels, do you want to kind of run through the time frame of some of that?
Sure, yes, sir. Just, excuse me, just 1 minute. I had to. Well, I had some cow sounds for you on my phone, and it's not working. So, oh well. I'll play it from my seat. So, but no, not this weekend, but next weekend we have a wonderful opportunity for you to come out, and as you can see, it's packed, and we have an opportunity. A lot of our students are raising animals, rabbits and turkeys and chickens and heifers and hogs. So it'll start, the shows will start on Friday morning at 8 o'clock is a hog show at 8 o'clock at our MISD Ag Barn located behind Magnolia High School. And then at noon is the lamb show and goat show. And then at 4:30 is the rabbit show on Friday. And then on Saturday morning, the turkey show, and then they have baked good judging contest. That's kind of neat. And then at 10:30, we have our steer and heifer show. And at 4 to 5:30, those of you that would love to come and bid on an animal, or if you have a company in the community and you would like to just do a little add-on of $25 to someone's animal that's auctioned off, you can do that. And then we have our live auction starting at 6 o'clock on Saturday evening. So love to have you all come out. I'm very frustrated this cow sound didn't come up. But I've recorded what I've said, so if you missed it, I'll send it to you. So, but thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate
You're
that. But it's been a great time, a lot of hard work by these kids, and I certainly hope the weather cooperates and we're able to get that show in. It was always kind of interesting this time of year watching that, but thank you. At this time, Stephanie Saker is going to give us a little bit of a rundown and update on a program that's near and dear to a lot of our hearts. It's our Adventures program, and we're doing
This is our third year.
Third year. I was about to say second, but I think that's third. This is our third year. And we talked about this program for a number of years. We wanted an after-school program for our kiddos whose parents got two working parents and had an opportunity to be able to stay at school and parents to pay some type of a fee for that, and an enrichment program for those kids. And so about 3 years ago, we jumped off into that and got started, and Stephanie's done a wonderful job of building that program. We just wanted to give you an update and kind of tell you where we are right now. So, Stephanie, turn it over to you.
Good evening, Mr. President, Dr. Stevens, Dr. Bullock, administration, and our school board members. It's an honor to present to you all an update of the Adventures program. We're heading into our third year, and every day has been an adventure. So I wanted to start by sharing a quick photo of the NIC after-school kiddos getting to enjoy a presentation from one of our Magnolia police officers, Officer Marshall and his dog Caution. The kids absolutely loved this, and they especially enjoyed getting to interact with Caution. So just a quick update on the after-school program participation. This slide shows our registration numbers over the past 3 years, and as you will see, we currently stand at a 28% growth rate. Last year, in the after-school program, we served a total of 338 unduplicated students, so we are already very close to serving more students than what we ended with last year. And quick update on the enrichment courses that we are providing at our elementary and intermediate campuses.
This is a list of the courses that are being offered, and as you can see, we have a couple of new additions this year, the Theater Arts and the Run Soft Serve program, which we're very excited about. Last year, a total of 654 students participated in these courses. Fall courses begin this week and registrations are still coming in, so we expect to see a good turnout and participation this year as well. And our last update is a flashback to our summer camp program. This past summer, we held the program at Bear Branch Elementary, and we served a total of 302 students with an average of 143 students per week. We ended the summer with a bang at our second annual Camp Talent Show, and this is a picture of the 11 and 12-year-olds doing a phenomenal rendition of We Will Rock You. As you can see, the stars of the show were the giant inflatable pumpkin and the giant inflatable Godzilla. I can't tell you how much fun the kids had, and the parents that came absolutely loved it. And that concludes my update. Any questions?
How many campuses now does this have?
So we're at 10 campuses.
10 campuses.
All 8 of our elementaries and then 2 of our intermediates.
So you employ some folks that work for us that stay after? Did you also have some people who are just working in your program? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Roughly how many people are part of the program as employees?
26 staff total. So our ratio is 1 to 16, so we make sure we maintain that ratio.
And then you also, the summer program, you know how many people are working in that? The same
Sure.
people work the summer part, right?
For the most part, the same do. We have a lot of college students that come, you know, for the summer, their summer job. But our ratio for summer camp is 1 to 10. So yeah, we had about 16, 17 staff.
And there's no reason to really think we've hit any type of saturation on our numbers and penetration. It keeps
No.
potential for that growth, and his word
Yes, sir.
gets out that it's a great program, and kids, and when I buy the campus and see them, they look like they're having a good time. And so it's a great way for kids to spend some of that time and be involved with some school part of it, but other enrichment things, and so in a safe environment. How late does the program stay open?
6:30.
Till 6:30, where parents have an opportunity for their kids to be at school for a fairly nominal fee to be able to do that, so. Any questions, guys? Oh, we got her there?
Great job.
She's done a phenomenal job building. You've seen the numbers, how they keep moving and moving up, and at one point, I have a feeling that maybe the bell's gonna ring and half the kids in the school are gonna be staying as part of the after-school program, but it'd be so much fun.
I'm sure there's a lot of parents that really appreciate that. That's awesome.
Good program. All right, Dr. Hebert, I asked if Dr. Hebert would give us a little bit of a chance to meet some of the new people that she has on her. Well, actually, we're gonna meet them all, but she does have a few new faces as a part of her team. And so we'll just talk a little bit about that team and its transformation, and let's let you kind of, maybe even the old faces have a chance to see what they do and how they plug into that team as part of it. So I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead.
I'm going to ask our team to come on up. I told them when I was describing what to do, I said, come on up here and just stand up here like a basketball team. Because we knew what that looked like, but truly they are an A team, and we thought it would be a great opportunity for you to see them, and how even if they've been here a while, they have some new faces that they're working with, and what this team brings to the table. You know, last month we presented to you our new accountability system. That's of course very complicated, as you know. And we just found out those rules actually what would be measured on in May. So these people are already jumping in, working with campuses, working with teachers, setting goals, and doing everything that we can to move it forward. And this, our kind of slogan for the year that we're working on, and we'll be celebrating the things that we do here, would be achieving results through purposeful, responsive, and innovative teaching and learning to get the very, very best for our kids every day in every classroom. So that's what our team is dedicated to this year, and working very purposefully, responsibly, and with some innovation to make that happen. And so I want them, I'd love to be able to brag on them the way the Students of the Month do, because I could for each and every one of them. but I'm going to give them the opportunity to use their voice so you can hear from them and just a little bit about themselves and what the team is that's out there working with the teachers and supporting our principals every day. So we'll start with Shay Garland in our ELA.
Thank you. Good evening. My voice is a little raspy. I'm fighting a cold, but I am Shay Garland, the ELA director. And Dr. Stevens, I'm not sure if I'm a new or an old or something in between, but I am not the newest face anymore. This is my second year with Magnolia ISD, but my 16th year in education. I've been a classroom teacher, instructional coach, education specialist for a regional service center, and here I am working in curriculum. So I'm excited about my team. It's kind of a small team, but teams of two can do things, and the direction that we're going in Magnolia ISD. So thank you all for giving me the opportunity to serve our students and community.
I'm AJ Pitts, the elementary ELAR coordinator. This is my second year in Magnolia. Last year I was assistant principal at Smith, so I'm moving into a different role this year. It's my 14th year in education. I was a classroom teacher, instructional coach, education specialist at a service center, and then 1 year AP experience. And this year with literacy, one of our themes that Shay and I have been pushing out with teachers is that we're anchored in literacy. We want them to always be thinking about the text that they're using and grounding it into a good quality piece of literature. Thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm Nancy Rodriguez. I am the director of bilingual ESL and also world languages in Magnolia. That's Spanish and French. I'm beginning my 15th year in Magnolia, and that's my whole professional life. So I student taught at Lyon Elementary, and I stayed there for 13 years. And I was a pre-K teacher, first grade teacher, then I was an instructional coach. And then I joined the district team, which I'm very happy to be here. For me, it's everything that these two ladies said, you know, what we're all about with literacy. And our English learners, they can do the same thing too. So I'm all about all students. They can all be successful.
Now, this group had the privilege of, we relocated Mr. Bruner, and they had to do quite a bit of sprucing up in his ancillary office. I'm not really sure what that meant, but they did kind of clean it up a little bit, but they have moved out. I don't know if you have a name for the back 40 or whatever. So, but we're so proud of that team. So some of the older faces.
You know, I appreciate that. I was going to step back because everybody could probably tell you everything about me. I'm Susie Johnson. I'm the director of mathematics and the director of advanced academics. I've been in Magnolia ISD for 11 years. Prior to Magnolia, I was a high school administrator for 10 years, and prior to that, I was an AP and IB math and physics teacher. And this will be 28 years in education, public education this year. You know, this is, when I talk about this, you know, one of my major focuses obviously is providing high quality, rigorous math instruction to every single classroom. And you know, when you think about that, that's such a huge, huge thing when we're preparing our students for the future. In all ways, including the advanced academics. Obviously AP and IB I'm the face of those things. And you can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. I'm about to introduce you to my fabulous partner who's venturing this year in my endeavors. But I also want to take a second to really thank the administrators sitting in front of me. I never get to do this collectively, and I figured this is a great audience. Because without you all, I couldn't make math happen in our classrooms every day. So I do want to take a chance to thank you too. And my new partner.
Hi, my name is Mark Pietka, and I have been at Magnolia for about 6 weeks.
I got a U-Haul this weekend.
Right. I took the last U-Haul trip yesterday. So anyways, I'm very happy to be here. I was working in Austin at a private school there before this, and then I was at Region 12 as the math lead, doing instructional coaching, working on campuses. This is my 11th year as an educator, and I'm really, really happy to be working with the instructional coaches on our 8 elementary campuses, and also with the GT and Project Reach leaders as well. So I get to focus just on elementary, and it's fantastic. The kids are awesome. The teachers have been great. The principals have welcomed me so much. I've really enjoyed just getting to know them. So I get to pour into our instructional coaches, who get to then pour into our teachers as I make classroom rounds with them, and just help every kid be met where they are, so we can challenge them appropriately and engagingly. So thank you.
Well, hello. I think I'm one of the old faces now. This is my 3rd year, but I think I'm one of the older faces here. So. Okay. I'm Cherie Gallimore, I'm your science director, and let's see, this is starting my third year at Magnolia, and before that, I was at Conroe ISD doing district and instructional coach for the secondary science program there. This is my 23rd year, I think, in education. After 20, I just was like, I quit counting, so I'm guessing it's 23. My focus this year for science is to bring in more hands-on activities that require the students to think and to problem solve. So that's our push this year.
Good evening, Brandon Garza, Director of Teaching and Learning for the district. 18th year overall, 4th year in the district. So I was a campus administrator for 12 years. So I've been not on campus for about 3 weeks now. That's been a little bit of adjustment just mentally. But my family likes it, I will say that. I had the opportunity to work with our campuses about looking at data in different ways and really helping them to improve our student achievement. And that's what I'm passionate about, seeing our kids be successful and helping our kids leave our district ready to be at the highest level. So, thanks.
Hi, my name is Amy Locker, and I'm one of the old faces here. I've been here for 18 years, serving in a variety of roles, including teacher, curriculum specialist, reading specialist, assistant principal, principal, and now I'm the director of assessment and accountability. And I have the opportunity to work with my colleagues in running reports and navigating through that complex world of accountability and assessments.
Still trying.
Yay!
There we go.
Michael Daniel, Director of CTE, Career and Technical Education. It encompasses from hogs and cows to robots and robotics. And you saw Jamie Guston, the Teacher of the Year. It's an enormous, fast-paced, fast-changing area. And what's kind of interesting is our kids have 3 choices when they walk across that stage: military, careers, or college. And so in my 38 years, they say they're old, I'm ancient, see? But in my 38 years in this business, 26 here in Magnolia, it's very exciting each and every day. And the opportunities. And one of the stories that I want to share with you, I was getting our grandson's haircut about 4 weeks ago. And his dad said, well, y'all have him on that Friday, so take him to get his haircut. We went to Great Clips. So this young lady's cutting her hair, his hair, and she's cutting his hair. He's 3.5 years old. And so I said, now, did you go to Magnolia Schools? Oh, yes, I went to Magnolia West. And I said, oh, was Miss Beatonball your Cosmo teacher? She said, yes. How'd you know? Oh, you look familiar. I said, I think you've been in my class. I said, yeah. So her name is Madison, and she had her little certificate to cut hair on the counter. And she was a Magnolia West graduate, went through the cosmetology classes, and she's 18 years old, and she's starting her career. So that was kind of exciting. Share that story. But anyway, great. Ancient dog here.
Well, that is our team. I do want you to know we have one team member who was not able to be here tonight. That's Kimberly Lupton. She's our early literacy specialist, rounds out our team with working with kindergarten and the younger kids on literacy and those reading interventions. And she lives out there in the yet-to-be-named hut back behind us as well. And so we're just, as you can see, it's a really talented group, a group that's ready. They're already, I say ready, they've hit the ground running before things ever stopped, really. And I couldn't be more proud to come to work and hope I see some of them, because they're out there where the kids are every single day. And you'll be hearing from them throughout the year. We'll be doing spotlights each month in different areas so you can see what that looks like and sounds like in our classrooms. So thank you, team. Glad, proud to introduce them tonight.
Thank you all. Good team.
That is the dream team.
Yeah, it's the dream team. Thank you all for that introduction. That's very helpful. Yeah. Always great to see the strong team we have here. All right, so now we're going to move on to our consent agenda. And this portion of the agenda consists of items to be routine and will be enacted by one motion unless separate discussion is requested. So, does anybody have any questions or comments on the consent agenda? All right, so if nobody has any comments or questions, we need a motion that the board approve consent agenda items 6A through E as presented. Motion by Chuck, seconded by Sonia. All in favor? Motion passes. This is pretty light.
You know, collectively, we can say this, because I don't think we got a chance to say it last month, which was just a couple of weeks ago. To particularly all those principals, but directors too. I thank you guys so much for all the hard work and smart work you did to get this year off the ground and get it rolling. And I know I saw directors at the campuses, I saw transportation people late at night, getting things done, but we made it all happen. And I just want to let you know, from all of us up here, we talked about, thank you so much, and we appreciate you from the bottom of our heart, going above and beyond to make this a great opening year school for everybody. Appreciate you being here tonight too, but since we don't have anything, do you think we can let them go home at this point?
Well, I don't know. I thought you had a couple more things you're gonna cook up and we could,
I'm done
old
with
and young
it.
thing, we have great hair, I don't know what that makes us. Hey, thank you all, we're your biggest fans right up here, know that, please know that. Okay, so, no more, from anybody? All right, so at this time, the board will now recess to move into closed executive session for the purposes permitted by pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.072, discussion of purchase, sale, exchange, or value of real property, and pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.074, personnel discussion and recommendations. Thank you guys very much. Hang on. Okay, we need a motion that we adjourn this meeting. Motion by Kelly, seconded by Sonia. All in favor? Meeting adjourned. Time is 9:15.